Hey, it's your girl Isha Nicole, and we live. I got my girl in the building. The one, the only, the incomparable RG Breed. What up, though?
Hi, hun. How are you?
I
You're
am,
looking so fabulous. How are you, darling?
as you are too. I
I'm
am a,
I'm
re-
looking.
I'm a reflection of your glory.
Look, then I need to shine, baby, shine. That's all I got to say. What's on your mind tonight,
Man,
Nicole?
listen, we really got to catch up. It's been about 2 weeks
Two.
since we've been on live. Two
It
whole weeks.
it feels like 2 months. I miss you guys.
It feel like 2 months.
It feels like 2 months, but we busy saving lives,
I'm trying to tell you, slaying dragons.
laying dragons, stealing eggs, and then what they do is steal the dragon eggs. That's what we
They
doing.
say stealing the spoil, taking the
Yeah,
spoil.
right, exactly, and putting it up for a rainy day.
I'm trying to tell you. So speaking of putting it up for a rainy day,
Yes, ma'am.
you and I have been talking about
Right.
some things, and I kind of want to share some stuff too.
Okay.
Um, we have just been talking about just the need to be good stewards, right, over what we have
Right.
and to prepare for the future and whatever that looks like in whatever capacity is necessary. There's so many things going on and happening geopolitically, and we need to be in a place of preparedness. We
Right.
need to be in a place of peace. We cannot afford, though, to be in a place of ignorance.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Mm-mm.
it's it has become astronomically embarrassing. And I know those two words usually don't go together, but it has become monumentally embarrassing how deficient we are in the preparedness area. And so when you talk about being prepared, people are like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear it until something happens. If you've ever been caught in a storm, if you've ever been caught in a, a, a tornado, or you've ever been caught into a pancetta, we don't want to give that any more energy. If you've ever been caught in something like that, something most of us have never been caught into a civil unrest or things of that nature. You can't start getting ready in the midst of, right? You can't be prepared for everything, but there is some things that you can be prepared for. And if you are a parent, it is your duty and your right to make sure that you have just the simple things to make sure that you and your family are taken care of in the case that something does happen. Think about lights go out, bop, and you are in the dark. You are scrambling for candles, you're scanning for lighters, you're scrambling for flashlights, batteries. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
those things were in one place, it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be a huge stash, just a stash where all of your lighting, all of your fire. You know what I'm saying? It's the middle of the winter time. You don't have any blankets. You don't have any, Mylar blanket. You don't have any woolen blankets. You don't have anything, and your house gets cold. And I don't know about you all. If you've never been in a cold house, sometimes your house can be colder inside than it is outside. You know, and so you are walking around and you're not prepared. And so I just feel like that is a deficiency of our community, and they're banking on that.
Absolutely.
And they're banking on the fact that we're not going to be prepared mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Uh, it doesn't cost anything. You can start making a 911 emergency kits for the winter, for the summer, for for a tornado, a civil unrest, a bug in bag, a bug out bag. See, we don't even know what that means. We don't have
I,
somewhere to go.
I know.
Yeah, right. And so some of us don't even have a place to go if our place is overrun. If your civil unrest happens and they make you evacuate, you don't have a map because you always use your GPS. You don't know how to go without a map. Oh, here's worse than that. Your children don't know how to read a standard map.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what happens if you are at work? Your kids are. Do you have like the 9/11? You know what I'm saying? Some of those people had to walk miles and miles. I'm talking about 10, 15, 20, 30 miles home because they usually ride the trains and the trains had stopped. And so now you got to hoof it home. You know, you live in Jersey, you work in downtown, and you got to hoof it home. And they said that by the time people got to the bridges and things of that nature, people were selling water for $30 a bottle. I didn't say give, I said sell.
And that's what happened.
And that's what happens.
That's what
Some
happened.
women, some women are walking with shoes, their heels on. Their feet are bloody because you don't even have a pair of slippy slides at your desk. You don't have a bug in, bug out at your job. People don't know what a water key is, and so it just takes a little preparation, a little training to get ready. And so you'll be ready and you can stay ready and you can deal with whatever happens when your kids have something to eat and they have a clothing over their head and shoes on their feet. Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna get real ugly if my kid can't eat, and they're saying, Mama, we hungry, and you don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. You
That's a
can't leave your
problem.
home. And
Mm.
and so what do you suggest? I'm about dumbfounded. I'm tired.
Yeah, if there is anyone that can speak to some of the threats and things that are looming, it's our boy, B Starks. He decided he want to pop up in the building.
Pew, pew,
B
pew, pew, pew.
Starks, where
Hey
you been?
ladies,
Where you
how
been,
y'all
B
doing?
Starks?
I been where I been? Trying to protect the people, man. Trying to protect the people. How y'all doing?
Is it working for you, B? Are they listening?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. You should sit up there looking like she couldn't hear me.
Well, she asked me a question. I was listening.
I
How
said B
y'all?
Starks. I said B Starks. How are you? And are the people listening?
Oh, I'm doing great. No complaints. I've been struggling. Boy, barely walking around here. I may need a cane. Need somebody to come and save me for once. Put their cape on. Each way. Where your cape at? Come save me.
Listen, first of all, somebody had to save you and give you Wi-Fi. That's first and foremost, because you breaking all up. We can't hear nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
So
How,
we gonna
how
have to.
about now?
Honey, it didn't
Is
get no
that better?
better. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Now you sound like Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
That fancy car ain't got Wi-Fi.
Damn,
Wow.
Marquisha Nicole.
I'm just messing with you. It's probably listening for real. I'm gonna hang up. Ain't gonna be able to call.
That's too funny. We love you, B Stars. We love you. We
Oh
love
my
you.
god.
It's just so much love in the room right now. Just feel the room. Feel the room. That's too funny.
It was so funny. I was driving home today and I looked over and it was a little Tessie on the side. He was driving. I saw the car pull up on the side of me. I look in the window, homeboy watching videos on YouTube while his car. I said, that don't make no sense.
Was you
That
talking about me?
no sense. No, I was talking about a guy I seen today on the highway.
You
Y'all letting them
hear me?
cars drive.
Y'all hear me?
Huh?
Can y'all hear me?
Excuse me, is there a cafe near you?
Because you are not sounding natural.
Or like a Golden Arches, because they have Wi-Fi too.
Mhm.
Or
B-Star.
the King of Burgers.
Woo!
The King of Burgers have Wi-Fi as well.
He got to get out and talk ugly to you.
Oh, shit.
I can't. I'm speechless. The man is walking to. He's walking to glory.
Oh, now that's
Oh.
better. Look at God. Hold on. Look at God. Look what's happening.
We got some different kind of acoustic lighting and track lighting and what? Everybody's skin look all clear and beautiful. What? Ooh, he done went somewhere.
I'll be doing some real work around here.
He's somewhere fancy.
Oh, so y'all actually can hear me now?
Little bit.
Can you put your phone on Wi-Fi? Do you know the password?
You are in so much trouble when we get off this air. When we get off this live, you are so much trouble.
I know. But just for the record, we talk about getting prepared and B-Starks. We know you be teaching the people about how to protect their assets from a cyber standpoint. It's a lot going on. We done seen a lot of hacks happening this week. We done seen a lot of ransomware attacks happen this week. Really, really major ones. And so I don't want people to be ignorant at the fact that we are under constant attack.
Constant. I asked somebody what was going on in the cyber world this week and what was going on, and all I could get was, "Have you heard that Chris Brown diss record?" Really? There's nothing else going on in the world but Chris Brown and whatever the little boy name is he's talking ugly about. I said we have got to be about more business than that. We have got to. We have got to. You know.
How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. Just fine.
All right.
I just want to make mention about one of the things that Brian and I spoke about this week. There were some comments made by Christopher Wray, who those who don't know, he's the director of the FBI, went before Congress last week. And he said something that was very critical. He said that Chinese hackers are preparing to physically wreak havoc on U.S. critical infrastructure. And for those who don't understand what critical infrastructure is, I'm gonna hand it over to B-Starks. B-Starks, if you want me to address that, I can, but you do it so eloquently. Can you speak to what critical infrastructure is here in the United States?
Yeah. So thank you so much. So RG Bree, as always, and Isha Nicole. She just treat me like a stepchild now. But yeah, so one of the things
I don't deal with people who don't have Wi-Fi.
It's like, shots.
Go ahead.
So one of the things that we have to understand about critical infrastructure. So let's take this thing back. What is an infrastructure? So infrastructure is how you have your assets as far as your devices, how you have your topology, your networking, your security, all of those devices, routers, switches, computers, printers, switches, all of that IT jargon that some of us know some about. But it's basically, in a nutshell, how do you have your physical network set up? All right. So we talk about infrastructure. That's how you have your Wi-Fi. So what is your infrastructure at your home? Isha got one of them old bootleg Linksys routers. You know, she trying to show shots at me, but but it's how you connect to your Wi-Fi. All right, how do you connect in your home? How do you have internet? So everybody here on that is listening on the sound of my voice has some type of networking. You may have a router, you may have a modem, and then you got computers that are connected to all of your modems. You may have cell phones, PlayStations. That is your infrastructure. So if you can imagine how dangerous what he said, the Chinese, but not only the Chinese, it's happening right here in the States, guys.
Yeah,
We are our own worst enemy.
yeah, and again, what he was saying to your point is, there are geopolitical issues, right, that we are facing, but we also have some internal threats, ones that are coming from right here in the good old United States. And I just wanted to just make sure that everybody understands. Brian spoke to kind of the virtual systems, right? And the virtual assets that's a part of critical infrastructure. But let's not forget about our national economic system. That's critical infrastructure. Our national public health system, right? So that's hospital, clinics, your doctor, is all part of critical infrastructure.
Mhm.
Uh,
Transportation.
transportation,
How about our
public
banks?
public safety, right? So we talk about police, fire, ambulance.
Hmm.
To Brian's point, when he talked about the economic security, right? We talk about banks, ATMs, credit card processing systems, all of the things that help support us economically. And so, if we have the director of our FBI and several other governmental agencies saying that we are under havoc, right, um, by these countries that are attacking us virtually. We also have conflicts that are existing physically. For those that don't understand, we have conflicts right now that we continue to fund. So those are our conflicts. So there's so much going on right now, and if you are not paying attention, you are going to be in trouble. And so again, we're not fear mongering or any of that sort. This is stuff that's happening right now around us. It's in the
Right.
news. We're listening to it. We're reading it. We don't understand it. We don't understand what's happening. But the reality is, people, this is a very, very unstable time.
Right.
Yep. Real quick, Isha, can I mention something?
Absolutely.
All right, I got like a couple of minutes, and then I got to get back. So for those, you guys have known me long enough on this on Isha's platform to know that cybersecurity, what we're working on, and the things that Isha and I are stumbling upon purposely, is to make sure that we educate our people, giving you guys the information to help you. If you don't know anything about this, reach out to Isha, reach out to myself, so that we can help give everyone education on basic security training and awareness, because regardless on your age, or if you live in the country, regardless, technology affects us all. It ain't going nowhere. And now we're in the realm, currently now, we're in the biggest, as Isha likes to mention, and I love when she says it, but we are in the largest technological shift ever in mankind. AI is here. All right. So let's try to be educated. Let's educate, ourselves. There's free classes you can join on LinkedIn. But again, reach out to Isha, myself. We got some things working, in the brewing and on the burners that will be able to help, because we're all about our people. We are here. We're like minds. We work together hand in hand. We do so many things to try to help our people. to understand the security and awareness. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free. Isha is probably one of the most educated people that I know. RG3 is right there with her. All right. So even RG Bree may not, I say RG3, RG
For real.
Bree
She's to the
may
third
not,
power.
yeah, she may not be able to give you the technical terms, but she's very knowledgeable in her own respective rights. So feel free to reach out to us so that we can point you in a direction, especially now that AI, we have to understand uh, just basic terminology. And Isha put it so eloquently. This affects our bank accounts. It affects economics at its finest. And if we're not careful, we're going to be behind the eight ball as a people. We already got knocks against us already. So we definitely want to make sure that we are fully educated in these areas because technology is here. It's not going anywhere and it's here to stay. So if we don't have the answers, we got people in our circle that has the answers. All right. I don't know everything, but I'm very knowledgeable in what I do know. But I also have mentors. Isha is one of my mentors as well. I have other mentors that we have that helps us to understand the shift that we're about to. So if you're not ready, do me one favor: be ready. Get ready so you be ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Thanks. And, you know, I appreciate all that you said, Brian. I first want to just mention, you know, RG Bree, you know, let's not take her for granted. She has been in this preparation space for many, many years. You know, I'm only a baby. So she's been in the space longer than I've been alive.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
and so we pride ourselves in having experts in their field around us and in our circle. And so
Right.
if you are looking to get prepared, get your family prepared, and to be ready, she is an absolute great resource. And so reach out to her if you have questions. If you don't know where to start,
Right.
reach out
Right.
to her. Because, you know, as Brian alluded to, this shift that's happening on so many levels is going to affect every aspect of our life. Okay, there is nothing that's going to be untouched. Artificial intelligence is touching every single industry. We are on the brink of an economic collapse that's going to affect every single industry, every single person. We have breaks in our supply chain that is affecting us right now, whether we notice it or not, whether we can identify it or not. So, peace, B Starks. Thank you. Hey.
All right, ladies, RG Bree, always
Yes,
a
hello.
pleasure. Always a
As well,
pleasure.
sir.
You are my rock that helps keep me grounded. So thank you so much. And Isha
Love you so
Nicole,
much.
Isha Nicole, I appreciate you for all that you do. Your patience, your grace. You know, sometimes I may find myself a little rattled, but you always find your way to touch me with that finger of love and
Oh,
bring
you
me
ain't mad
back.
at me no more.
I ain't mad at you in this very second, but when I get off this call, I'm gonna be mad at you again.
I
Uh,
love you anyway.
love you, RG Bree, Isha,
You know
love
that
you.
work.
Big
Uh,
stars. Don't work too hard, big
Bye.
dog.
And the
I got
countdown.
I got an hour and 40 minutes. All right,
All right,
guys,
see you
take
later.
care.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All right.
So yeah. Brian and I will be doing some workshops, how to prepare for this technology shift. We are partnering and looping in RG Breed on how to protect yourself both physically, how to protect your family, what you need to put in place to make sure that you are ready. Because at the end of the day, that is the worst thing, is to not
Word.
be prepared when something happens. And just like you alluded to earlier, when you said, you know, it's kind of the worst to be in the elements during a storm, right? And you don't have nothing on your head, you ain't got the right shoes on, you in 4-inch heels, and it's a monsoon outside.
It-
So,
exactly. I mean, think about it. 9/11, those people were going to work. You wear heels to work. You got on that little thin jacket because you get right out the car and go across the breezeway. You're not in the elements. Wait a minute now. You mean to tell me my car's under 250 tons of steel? And I work in New York, but I live in New Jersey. How am I gonna get home? Left and right, left and right. Put one in front of the other, and that was difficult. You don't know what's going on. You don't know whether the attacks are going to be ground. It was a horrible thing, and you just went to work. You just went to work. Imagine what it's like when they say, especially here in Georgia, we having a little snow. There's no bread, no eggs, no milk, no chips, no sandwich meat at the grocery store. And this is in Georgia. This is for a third of an inch of ice. You know how we do it down here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't find a loaf of bread here. Water shut off. Schools are out for 4-5 days, and you don't have enough food. It's Tuesday, and you don't have enough food to make it till Thursday. Because everybody, when you got off from work, everybody had gobbled up everything. And so I don't know when the last time that anybody that I have trained has had to run to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get things. Do you know people were getting beat the brakes off of them for toilet tissue and
So
Lysol and cleaning and bleach? People were getting worked over for cleaning supplies. You know what I'm saying? And so just think about, what if your water gets cut off? What if your lights go off? What if everything around you is crazy and you have to stay in place for days and days at a time? What are you gonna do if your gas get cuts off? How are you gonna eat? How are you gonna sustain your family?
right.
What are you gonna do if you have medication that you have to take?
And RG, one of the things that, and our children can attest to this, that we used to do when they were younger, is we would do drills, right?
Yes.
Hey, if something were to happen, how would you respond? And you would assume, even as adults, we know how to respond, we know what to do. But I challenge anybody listening, put your ATM card or your debit card and your Apple Pay up for 48 hours. Don't slide your card. Don't use your Apple Pay.
You can only use the cash in your pocket.
See what life looks like for 48 hours. And that'll be a true test to see if there was an emergency, are you prepared?
Right. Right.
And I would even say, don't even push 48 hours. Let me see 24 hours.
Right.
Put your card up. Put your phone up. Don't use your Apple Pay. All you got to do is survive with what's in your pocket and what's in your house. Okay? Don't go out to the grocery store. Don't run into the, K. Rogers.
K. Rogers.
K. Rogers. Don't run out to K. Rogers and buy no groceries. See if you can survive 24 to 48 hours.
Come on.
Based on what's in your home alone.
Here's another one. Cut the power off at the breaker and do the drill at home on a Saturday. All day long, all night long, all day long with no power. If you got children, they have lost their squirrel mind. Just see how you react. What are your children going to do if you're at work and they make it home? What is the protocol if something happens? Do they know where to go? Do they know where and how to eat and make a sandwich and all those things for survival skills? Do they know how to do that? Do you know what to do if you can't flush your toilet and you use the bathroom? Do you know how to dispose of your own waste without it contaminating everything and everybody? Do you know how to open up a can without a can opener? Do you know what to do if you had to make a filter for your family and you don't have a mask with the things you have at home? These are the survival skills we need to know. And I hope and pray that we never have to use them, but we need to know. And they're banking on the fact that we don't know. We don't know how to put a tent. We don't know how to catch a fish. We don't know how to filtrate water. Tell me when to stop, E. We don't know how to create a fire. We, you don't know how to wash clothes without a washing machine. Come on now. And please don't get me started on the first aid situation. Seriously? Seriously?
Yeah, and I encourage anyone, if you've ever parented even small children, you've been in the mindset of preparedness, right? When you take them little jokers out, you got to have diapers, you got to have wipes, you got to have Tylenol in case they get sick. You know, you got to have an extra pacifier if they got one of those. You got to have an extra supply of milk. You need fruit snacks. You need little juice boxes, right? So we have been in one way or another in that preparedness mindset. And
Right.
so we need to make sure that we are preparing our family for what is to come. And so, again, it's not something that's foreign to us.
Mhm.
You
And
know,
you can start preparing at home. So here's one quick tip, if I may, E. Say for instance, you have things in your house that you really don't want to eat, right? I'm not really into Vienna sausages. I'm not really into uh, spam. I'm not really into until you can replace those things. Put them into a box. Now the box does one or two things. It's either going to be your emergency start up for your food supply, or that box is what you barter with other people, right? Because there are some people for some soda crackers and some uh what are the little fish called in the can? The
sardines.
sardines and some hot sauce and some soda crackers. Oh, you can get a whole tie for your car. You
You
know what I'm
can't.
saying? Fi what I tell everybody, if you don't smoke, have a pack of cigarettes and a lighter. You know what you can get for, don't have one of them little shot glasses of the, because folks' nerves is bad. You know what they will barter with you for a little, you know
Airplane
what I'm
box.
saying? Come on. You got them everywhere. You know,
Mhm.
if you don't have, if you've ever gone on vacation and you got those little shampoo and conditioners, throw them over in the box. This is how you can start creating. Throw a box of Band-Aids over there. You know, when you go to the Dollar Tree, I tell them, here we have a list. You go to the Dollar Tree, spend $5. You would be surprised how much stuff you can accumulate at the Dollar Tree. You know what I'm saying? You get 4 items for $5 at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get 4 items for $5 at the Dollar Tree. So you can go the first time and get batteries. You can go get a flashlight. You can go get Band-Aids, and you go get some antibacterial wipe. Next time you go, you can get cotton balls. You can get alcohol. You can get toothbrush and toothpaste, right? And these are the things that you just put them away. And when you need them, and you have them prepared for your family. You know what I'm saying? Every time you buy a 4 thing of tissue, throw one of them over in a trash bag. Every time you buy a 4 thing of tissue, throw one over in the trash. You buy a 6 thing of tissue, throw two over in the trash bag. Now you got your emergency supply of toilet tissue. See
Mm.
how easy that was? Because if you're down to 1 thing roll of toilet tissue, you don't have any more toilet tissue anyway. And
Mm.
now, and this is how you start your 911 system. Something as simple as use the things you have in your house. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yep.
that simple.
That's real. So again, I said we was only gonna jump on here for a minute, but even in that minute, you taught the people how to start, where to start, what to get, and where to put it.
Where to put it.
So again, I appreciate your expertise. We need to have some more dialogue about this, and about what we're doing, what our
Yeah.
people need to be doing. And so I want all of you to just keep an eye out. We'll be back Thursday. What's today? Tuesday? We'll be back
Let's do
Thursday
so.
night. Today's Tuesday. Okay. We'll be back Thursday night. And so over the next couple weeks, we are just going to jump back in to technology, into relationships, into preparedness, into financial education. And so I'm really looking forward to hanging out with y'all.
I can't wait, D. I can't wait.
I've been out here slaying dragons, but I'm back on my grind.
I'm out here stealing eggs. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Again, I love you so much, RG Break.
I love you always, sweet love.
You, my girl. To the people, everybody jumped in and viewed for a moment. We appreciate you. We thank you. We pray that you are able to take something with you and that you are leaving better than you came. And so,
Man,
I love you, girl.
I love you always, sweet love.
All right,
Bye, guys.